Welcome back, guys, to game number 3 here in our SCPH replay casting session number 5. And this time gonna be a PvP. Not just player versus player, but also Protoss versus Protoss. Here on the top right, with some classic probes with the Tal'Darim Nexus. It's gonna be the red Protoss that is Suebee. Suebee. Doobie-doobie-doo-wop. Doobie-doobie-dap-dap. Only the greats make song like that. And here we go with a pylon as well as a gateway. But his opponents, on the bottom left, it is going to be that blue Protoss, WorstOne. And if he loses this one, he might actually be the worst one here on to the two competitors playing on Eternal Empire. So this is a diamond game, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to be looking at how PvP is going to basically devolve into a cheesy affair. So PvP has always been a mess of a matchup, to say the least, because the weaknesses of basically how Protoss bases are built can be exploited by its own race. It really was. This is why the Aeon Strife happened. This is why the Protoss fought each other, because they can just cheese each other. Protoss have immobile buildings, so you can cannon rush them. There's no creep whatsoever to stop you. They can fly on over, as well at the same time warp gates with a gateway nearby, and then you just proxy pylon or proxy robo or proxy stargate. Works really well because these bases are going absolutely nowhere. Another thing about the Protoss is if you have your units attacking and you feel like you're going to be in a lot of trouble on your main base, you do have a get out of jail free card. It's the mass recall. So, strategic recall rather, the mothership has the mass recall. But hey, same thing basically. You just bring your things back and you are fine. And that is why PvP is always going to be a mess, because things like this can happen. Suebee going to be putting that robo facility here onto the eastern side of our blue main base. In the meantime, does WorstOne actually know that this is coming? He's going for that second base already, and he notices, oh, it's only gonna be a one base Protoss here. Then when you see your opponent staying on one base for a little longer than usual, you might be a little wary. It's like, what is he gonna be planning? He also allowed the opening to happen, so this does mean that WorstOne should be able to scout out everything onto that base. And he has to be looking around. Does WorstOne know that this is coming? Suebee, in the meantime, gonna be looking to produce as soon as this goes online. It's actually 2 robo facilities for the price, for the power of 1 pylon. And in the meantime, an adept gonna be looking to just defend if any kind of run-on-ins happen, especially if a probe is nearby. So Suebee gonna be putting one of these probes to try and just block that ramp. The adept gonna be helping out later on. In the meantime, here for WorstOne, gonna have that stalker in behind, 2 gateways set on up, and this is pretty standard here for WorstOne. He's on 2 base, he's on a robo facility. It's actually gonna be 3 production buildings already here for our blue Protoss, but the problem here for WorstOne, he's playing standard, and he doesn't know that something is amiss, something is coming into his realm. It's looking pretty bad here for WorstOne if Suebee can actually make this attack happen. And the Immortal is gonna get pumped here and now. Chrono Boost onto that first robo facility. Warp Prism gonna be brought on in as well. And this is looking like Suebee already knows what his plan is gonna be. Step 1 in this money heist: fly on over to this main base. Step 2, drop them into the middle line. Step 3, profit. Step 4, optional, get out alive. And anyway, here we go with WorstOne, gonna be setting things up onto that natural. Suebee, in the meantime, finally gonna go for that second base. A little worse for wear in terms of that economy, of course. WorstOne in the lead on that work count, as well as the army number. But this attack might actually be the ticket that Suebee needs to even things out, or make it even better for him. Very shiny. Warp Prism there, going for the damage being done onto the probes in behind. In the meantime, here we go with the rest of the army coming his way. That is going to be a forced cancel there. Good call there from WorstOne to get the cancel on instead of letting that die. In the meantime, WorstOne giving chase. Immortals being microed. And Nartosis Pylon. If this goes down, that is going to be pretty much all the production here for WorstOne going on over in flames. In the meantime, Suebee is making sure that the Warp Prism stays alive. The Zealot's desperate to try and go for the chase. But with that micro, with that speed, he's going to need a lower anti-air than that try and stay into this one. But hey, Observer's giving chase. Suebee still not making enough damage there to actually make this proxy double robo worthwhile. We'll see though. Now we do have Zealot's warped on, and interesting enough, no gateway whatsoever to actually make that faster. The Warp Prism with a sliver of HP. Come on, just point on up. Bait and switch actually. That was pretty smart there from Suebee, and a mistake there from WorstOne costing him 2 stalkers that he really needs in this fight. There here comes the march on forward. Suebee and as well as WorstOne both having observers. In the meantime, a Robo Bay actually gonna be brought online here by WorstOne on to that main base. And we'll see if it's gonna be anyhow effective. Now the real question, can this Warp Prism survive? Going for a drop in and out. Immortal gonna be set on up. Beautiful face disruptors there, blowing that stalker up into smithereens. And in this scenario, Suebee gonna need to find a way to close that gap. Here comes more of the Zealots moving on forward. Everything getting obliterated by those Immortals. One down below, damage being done here, and now on to WorstOne's composition. And it seems like Suebee having the number of the opposition by this point in time. Warp Prism gonna turn into that power mode, gonna be able to get another cycle of reinforcements. But this is looking like it's game, set, and match already, as Probe's gonna get pulled by this point. Suebee holding the line though. Probe's right now trying to go for this round. Immortal gonna walk on into its demise, even saving that one Immortal, but unloads it. 1 HP and a Dream Falling, it's gonna go down. But Suebee doesn't care. He has the numbers in his favor. This is looking really good here for our Red Protoss. And WorstOne looking worse for wear. Gonna fall on over as Suebee takes this victory. Proxy Robo facilities in good shape. That truly is the power of the Immortals. Sure need those Stalkers to try and get the catch on the Warp Prism, but of course against those many Immortals, you're gonna need something else. You went for the Robo Bay. I think Disruptors could have been a interesting call. I would love to see Zealots as well. If he went for the Twilight Council and instead go for some charge lots, it could have been pretty effective, even with the Warp Prism going for the drop on downs. But the real issue there for WorstOne wasn't the mistake on composition, but it was really the mistake not getting to scout it out. Should have been wary, looking around the map, like, hey, it's a little too late for the second base. What is going on? What is happening? As you can see, the production tab, actually a disruptor being queued up, so that could have been a good call there. But in the end, Suebee knowing exactly when the markers are going to happen, when exactly he needs to attack, and for how long, when exactly he needs to go for the killing blow before he gets beaten back. And well played there for our Red Protoss taking this victory.